Hi, I'm Joe Thompson. I recently had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Jeff Lindner of the Harris County Flood District Control, and he gave me some great insights into what happened after Hurricane Harvey. Today, he's agreed to meet us and show us around Houston as well to show us the damaging effects. He led Houston during one of the toughest times in the city's history, and today I'll be following him around town to see some of the neighborhoods and local effects of Hurricane Harvey 9 months later. All right, Jeff, thanks for meeting with us today. I think most of the viewers know who you are. For those that may not, just kind of tell us your role here and your title here at the Harris County Flood District.
Yeah. So Jeff Lindner, meteorologist and director of hydrologic operations with the Harris County Flood Control District.
Well, everywhere I go, people are always asking about Hurricane Harvey and how intense it was, and they just can't understand why there was just so much rain that was dumped on the city at that particular time. In layman terms, can you kind of explain what happened that those few days and why there was so much rain that just kept coming down? It's like the storm came in and out over the coast multiple times, and just wouldn't stop raining.
Yeah, and that's one of the big differences between Harvey and anything else we've ever faced here before. Harvey was a little bit different. It struck the coast, it stalled, it then moved back offshore, moved up the coast, made another landfall in southwest Louisiana. And so anytime you have a system that is slow moving, stalling, doesn't move very far over a period of time, you're going to get really big rainfall. Harvey was that amount of rain, not only all of Harris County, but all the surrounding counties. And so it wasn't just Harris County, it wasn't just flooding in Harris County, it was Fort Bend, all the way down to Wharton, all the way down to Victoria, all the way over to Beaumont, Port Arthur, the Sabine, that we had record or major flooding taking place. And so that is one of the biggest differences between Harvey and anything else we've ever faced. By Sunday morning, I think we all knew this was bad. We all knew it was bad. We all knew it was flooding. But it's interesting because when you talk to people, when you go out and talk to people, they'll tell you, wow, I didn't know it was going to be this bad, or I didn't know it was going to happen, or I didn't think it was going to happen to me, which is a kind of a big one. And I think that goes back to the whole historic nature of Harvey, and some areas flooded, a lot of areas flooded that had never flooded before, and it's just because we've never seen this type of rainfall before. And so that whole, I didn't know it could happen to me, everyone in this area needs to know it can happen to them. It might not happen to you during Harvey. You may have never experienced flooding before. That doesn't mean it can't happen in the future. And so that's why we encourage everyone to have flood insurance. The average payout, and this statistic is it's mind-boggling, but it's so powerful about the importance of flood insurance. The average payout for a flood insurance claim, that's somebody who had flood insurance that flooded, for Harvey, is $120,000. But the average payout for an individual who did not have flood insurance, so this is help from FEMA to get your house back together, is between $4,000 and $7,000.
Wow.
So that statistic right there really shows the importance of flood insurance and how much it can help, because from a standpoint, a financial standpoint, a flood without flood insurance is very damaging and very devastating from a financial standpoint to an individual. To try to have to recover from something like that, it's very, very hard.
So we're here with Carl. He's a homeowner in Canyon Gate out here in Cinco Ranch, which is West Houston, and this is his home of 20 years. And he just mentioned to us how after the storm there was a lot of help that came in and to help put things back together, but since then it hasn't been so much. Is that correct, Carl?
Pretty much so, but this neighborhood, I think, is pretty well on the mend. We don't have a lot of construction going on at this moment, but I think it's coming back. It's going to take a long time.
Did you have family here living with you, or by yourself?
My wife passed right before this storm.
I'm so sorry, Carl.
Yeah. And it didn't have anything to do with the storm, but
I'm so sorry.
yeah, it was
You had to endure the storm right after that.
Right.
So I'm sure it was extremely challenging on you.
Oh yeah, and it still is taxing. You know, I just wake up every morning with her on my mind and trying to figure out what to do and who's going to do it and all that good stuff yet.
So we're here on off Memorial Drive, which is near the Buffalo Bayou, and everywhere I go, people always ask me, Joe, is Houston back together? How's Houston doing? It's been 9 months. Surely you guys got it back together. And as you can see, this person still has furniture on their front yard, on their front porch, just 9 months later. So this entire street is like a bunch of vacant homes. And these are all homes filled with happy families just 9 months ago. These are all probably $500,000 and up in homes, and most of them are abandoned. So I wanted to walk this way and show you. So you can see here on this spray paint, what they would do is they'd actually mark the houses to let you know that there's no bodies inside, that they've checked this house and that it's fully empty, and that the people have left the home and there's obviously nobody inside. So 9 months later, it's still on the door. So it's just kind of a reminder to everyone in this neighborhood that drives by of what happened 9 months ago, and just goes to show you that we're not even close to being recovered in this neighborhood. On August 25th, 2017, Hurricane Harvey began pouring rain on Houston that wouldn't stop for days. During that short period of time, Harvey dropped nearly a year's worth of rainfall on the Houston region, and in one area, 51 inches was recorded, which is the highest total ever for a single U.S. weather event. 100,000 homes were flooded in Houston alone, with most of those not carrying flood insurance. Almost a year later, many have rebuilt or recovered. However, some areas still wait on repairs. I personally evacuated my home during Harvey with my family for an entire week, thanks to the advice of Jeff Lindner in his press conferences. And while that process was extremely stressful, it pales in comparison to those we interviewed during this process. Houston still needs your help, and one of the biggest challenges we face is finding reliable contractors to do the work. Fortunately, there's a local charity called BuildAid that's backed by some prominent home builders in the area that will provide the labor for free and only charge for materials at cost. So if this video resonated with you and you'd love to make a donation or a contribution, please visit the website listed in the video description below, and it will take you to the BuildAid website where you can make your donation. Together with BuildAid, we can rebuild Houston one home at a time. I'm proud to be a Houstonian because we truly are Houston strong.